Sergio Ramos has been excluded from the Spain squad by Luis Enrique. Enrique has named a Spanish Euro squad, which includes no Real Madrid player for the first time ever. The players to be selected: let's see all the players that have been selected. Yeah, so the goalkeepers are Unai Simon from Athletic Bilbao, David De Gea from Manchester United, and Robert Sanchez from Brighton. Brighton are more representatives than Real Madrid. The defenders are Jose Gaya from Valencia, Jordi Alba from Barcelona, Pau Torres from Villarreal, Aymeric Laporte from Manchester City, Eric Garcia from Manchester City, Diego Llorente from Leeds, Cesar Azpilicueta from Chelsea. The midfielders are Sergio Busquets from Barcelona, Rodri from Manchester City, Pedri from Barcelona, Thiago Alcantara from Liverpool, Koke from Atletico Madrid, Fabian Ruiz from Napoli, Marcos Llorente from Atletico Madrid, and the forwards are Dani Olmo from RB Leipzig, Mikel Oyarzabal from Real Sociedad, Alvaro Morata Juventus, Gerard Moreno Villarreal, Ferran Torres Manchester City, Adama Traoré Wolves, and Pablo Sarabia Paris Saint-Germain. Most probably David De Gea is going to start in goal, even though Unai Simon has had a good season. Out of Jose Gaya and Jordi Alba should probably start at left back. The two centre backs are going to be Aymeric Laporte and Pau Torres, with Eric Garcia fighting for the second centre back spot from Pau Torres. Eric Garcia has played well for Spain in the previous games, but it looks like Pau Torres will get the nod due to his recent form. Now, this is where the question comes in that Eric Garcia has hardly played for Manchester City, so why Sergio Ramos was not selected? Ramos could have been picked up as because of his experience and his leadership qualities that he brings. It's a young Spanish squad with probably David De Gea leading the back line. The right back will probably be Cesar Azpilicueta if they're going with four at the back. The three midfielders, they should be Rodri, Thiago, and Koke. Even though Fabian Ruiz and Marcos Llorente have both had good spells. The forwards, again, Ferran Torres on the right, Alvaro Morata as a striker, and Dani Olmo from the left side. It's a strong Spain squad, but I don't see them winning the Euros. Personally, Portugal have a much better squad. So Sergio Ramos has come out and accepted the omission, saying that although it is difficult, but it is the best solution. The other big news coming out of Spain is that Eden Hazard has been put on sale by Real Madrid after a not so great season. Los Blancos ended the season trophyless. For the first time since 2008-2009, with Hazard barely making any impression on the team. This is one of the weakest Real Madrid squads in recent memory. Ever since Cristiano Ronaldo has gone, the Real Madrid team has looked very, very weak. The midfield of Toni Kroos, Luka Modric and Casemiro is getting older by the day. Although they are still performing at the highest level, they're not able to play every game. As we could see, Toni Kroos barely played games at the end of the season. But Luka Modric, even at 35 years old, is still playing like a 25-year-old. The goalkeeping position with Thibaut Courtois looks quite set. Andrei Lunin, another young goalkeeper from Ukraine, he's also very good. He doesn't get many chances, as is Diego Altuve. Left back is an area of concern because Marcelo is getting old, so he's not able to give that much. He's not able to give very good performances, but he's good as a backup to Ferland Mendy. But Mendy was injured for most of the season, for a large part of the season at the end. So Zidane had to play 3 at the back against Chelsea, which was one of the reasons why Chelsea were able to price through Real Madrid's defense so often. All in all, the defense has been quite solid, with Nacho Fernandez really stepping up in the absence of Sergio Ramos. Again, Ramos is getting old, but even at his age, he's still Real Madrid's best defender. But injuries this year have forced him to spend more time on the nursing table than on the pitch. Varane was also injured for a large part of the season. Actually, this was one of the problems with Real Madrid. They had a lot of injuries in this season, so they couldn't really get a rhythm going in that aspect. Dani Carvajal was again injured for large parts of the season. His deputy Lucas Vazquez was injured for a large part of the season. Now, nobody understands why Odriozola was not given a chance ahead of Lucas Vazquez, even though when Odriozola was given a chance at the end of the season, he fared really well. Eder Militao, another shining aspect of the team. The Brazilian defender was very, very good. Miguel Gutierrez was another bright spot when he came on at the end of the season in place of Mondi and Marcelo. In fact, he started the last game and last couple of games, and Gutierrez was a bright spark. Marvin is very young. Victor Chust is also very young. Both young players. Marvin was in fact played ahead of Odriozola in a few games, but it looks like the Real Madrid defense is in safe hands. But there are rumors that Sergio Ramos might be transferred. His contract might not be renewed. In fact, there are rumors that the entire Madrid squad is up for sale. We don't know how correct those rumors are, but if that is true, then Ramos should not be for sale, because he is the captain. He is the guy who makes them tick. He is the leader. And Rafael Varane is one of the best centre backs in the world, and all the top clubs in the world are after him. In midfield, Real Madrid need to freshen the midfield up. Although Luka Modric has been performing well, but you can't expect him to play throughout the season. So other midfielders have to come through to replace the likes of Toni Kroos and Luka Modric. Fede Valverde is one young player who has come through the ranks and is doing fairly well. He does it all. He dribbles, he wins the ball back, he can pass, he can score goals. Isco is another good player who's good with the dribbling and passing, but he has never really stepped up and gone on to the next level. And being a starter at Real Madrid, he's always been a more of a squad player and a rotation player. Antonio Blanco is coming through the ranks, and so is Sergio Arribas. Blanco is one guy who can take over the reins from Toni Kroos in the near future. As for attack, again, that's one area of concern for Real Madrid. Karim Benzema, there's no complaints with Karim Benzema. He once again scored so many goals. 23 goals in La Liga with 9 assists. He was the second highest goal scorer this season for Madrid in the La Liga. Eden Hazard was injured for most of the season and he's been put on the transfer list according to numerous reports. Now, if Hazard is put on the transfer list and Hazard wishes to go back to Chelsea, Madrid need to replace him with a big high-profile signing. Now, who can the high-profile signings be? The high-profile signing can be Kylian Mbappe. It can be Erling Haaland. Harry Kane is in the market. Maybe brings Cristiano Ronaldo back. Antoine Griezmann is also on the market, but it's highly unlikely that Barcelona will sell another player to a direct rival after what happened with Luis Suarez. But Madrid need a high-profile signing, but the price for Eden Hazard is close to 43 million, and that will not be enough to buy Kylian Mbappe or Erling Haaland or Harry Kane. So Madrid may have to rethink their transfer strategy. His deputy is Vinicius Junior. Again, Vinicius is good in parts. He's good with the ball at his feet, but the end product is still lacking. Even after 2 seasons, he has not improved. So he's not the guy who can start for Madrid. Marco Asensio should be starting every game down the right-hand side, as he was starting when he got fit. Mariano Diaz is good as a substitute, but his lack of game time is concerning. Rodrigo, another good prodigy, but Madrid needs somebody. If Eden Hazard is being sold off, then they need somebody to produce at this moment. But the most important part of the jigsaw is the coach Zinedine Zidane, who needs to be kept at all costs. You cannot force him out of the club, because if he is, then what he's achieved with this current crop of players, I don't think any other coach can achieve the same with these players. To come second in the Liga with this squad with so many injuries is a commendable effort, and reaching the semi-finals is another commendable effort. Obviously, there are other coaches like Allegri is there, but still Sarri is there, but still Zidane should. There's no reason to not stick with Zidane after all. The guy is a club legend and he's won everything at individual and at team level when he was a player, and now he's winning everything as a manager. He won 3 UCLs. He won the league and UCL double. He won the La Liga as well. So there's no reason to let go of Zidane at the moment.